I'm Jonathan ben Kiki.
And Jessica and Kiki.
I've been an English teacher for 10 years. I live here in Migdal HaEmek. I grew up in Nahariya and live in Migdal HaEmek.
We're sitting here in our home that we bought 3-4 years ago.
2016.
In Migdal HaEmek.
Migdal HaEmek is a family town. It's a small town, really great for raising families. Migdal HaEmek is, I would say, small enough where you get to recognize people and people will start recognizing you. But it's big enough for you to live with a bunch of people that live in Migdal HaEmek and you'll never meet them. You'll never cross them in the street or something. We live literally at the foothills of the lower Galilee mountains, and it's called Migdal HaEmek because we have the whole view of Emek Israel. So we're literally at the border of the Israel Valley and the lower Galilee. So we really have the whole vibe of the valley on one side, the Carmel Mountains on the other side, and the Galilee lower mountains on the other side. So you have a really nice 360 view of everything. So it's really beautiful in that aspect. And they're really great with the nature and the trees and the flowers and that aspect over here. And it's a slower kind of pace in this town, which is nice. The community here is very mixed between the salt of the land, old school people that basically founded the town, and new young families, and it's really mixed between secular and Masorti and religious and Haredi. You really have everything of everyone all mixed together that live here in Migdal HaEmek, and you really feel it when you walk around town.
I would say Migdal HaEmek is not a place for young singles. There aren't many meet and greet opportunities. Single young professionals, it's not a city that caters to that, but it is a city that for young families that are looking to grow not only and build their own communities, but who want to have all types of extracurriculars for their children, activities for the mom, activities for the dad, activities that bring families together, friends together. They have all of it. The area, the municipality does workshops and events throughout the entire year that not only accommodate parents and families, but they also help connect people from all the different communities within Migdal HaEmek to bring everybody together. Because at the core, everybody here is family oriented and everybody looks after everybody else's family.
This is a hilly town, so it's nice to have a bike or a car. It's not flat, but you really have great transportation over here. They have a bus system that can take you to Jerusalem and Tel Aviv directly, and to Afula and all around Haifa, and it's constant. Like, you miss a bus, you wait 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you can get the other bus. They have a train station. They have a great industrial area over here, high tech, and they have beautiful parks.
They don't have a hospital, but there is a hospital not too far away.
Right.
But as far as diversity and specialists of doctors, availability, in Migdal HaEmek, you can pretty much schedule any appointment that you need. You have everything here in the city. Through the municipality, you have a tremendous amount of extracurricular activities for young children, including pottery, music, dance, sports. You have for women with after birth and with mommy and me classes.
If you want to go to restaurants and have go to malls and have that kind of vibe, you would movie theaters. You would go outside of Migdal HaEmek. So if that's important to have in walking distance, then you wouldn't like Migdal HaEmek. But if you don't mind driving 10 minutes outside of Migdal HaEmek, then you can find that. And being that we do live in a pastoral area, rural area, the mountains and trails, and you have the woods and the forests over here, so you do have a lot of the, I would say, anything that has to do with the trail vibe. So if it's dirt biking, that's a big thing in this area.
In addition, you do have things like gyms here that if you go after work, they're just packed. They become actually a social hotspot. You have a gym that's just for women. Most of the social activities here do not surround nightlife or going out to restaurants and shopping malls and bowling and movie theaters. What brings people together here is the land and the people. It's fairs that are held in the park. It's winter activities that are held in the municipality building with music and dancing and clowns and cotton candy, and to bring the kids and the parents together. It's activities of connecting to our forest that we have that runs throughout all of Migdal HaEmek. It's actually a network of cutting through. For those who live here, people can pretty much get anywhere in the city in half the time by cutting through the woods. For a family to purchase an apartment or a du-mishpachti or even a private home that would accommodate a couple with children, you can pretty much find something from 850,000 shekel and up. And compared to other cities, you get a fairly nice property, usually with a balcony, something in a newer building, newer area. Migdal HaEmek is very much up and coming, and with that comes the opportunity to get in before prices have gotten a bit higher, and it also gives you the opportunity to be in, to be part of the foundation of building not only the infrastructure and the apartments, but contributing to what exists in the community, what exists in as far as services that are available to people that live here.
What I was looking for when I came to Migdal HaEmek, first and foremost, was something affordable. Not just affordable, but the most we could get. And our dream was having owning our own home and our own property for a reasonable price. And everything, for young couples, it's getting harder now. So you have to start, going east. So we were looking around and we found, really nice homes. And I also wanted a quiet town. I grew up in a town that wasn't too big, but yet not too small, where it was growing, whether it's the new big center that will be ready by 2022 or the train station. When we moved here, it was the train station that opened just a couple months later, and then the highway that opened up a year later. So everything is in development, which is really great. You're really getting in. Well, everything is in development, and they have new neighborhoods that are being built here. There's, from what I understood, a surplus of new apartments
There is
in
right
Migdal
now.
HaEmek.
Prices right now have never been this low and probably won't be.
And also for young families, it was great.
So just on a personal level, I really need a balance between privacy and a very personal feeling. And to find that balance, it's very hard, because in most communities, you're either so in the community that you can't go out the door and just go for a walk and have some privacy, or you're really just another person in the town, another face. And in Migdal HaEmek, we found that balance. We really have our privacy, we have our own space, and yet when I go anywhere in the city, people know me and I know them. I know the person at the butcher, and I know the person at the grocery store, and I know my pharmacist, and I know all the people in the community. And I know that because there is such a small personal connection wherever I go, not only am I always taken care of, I can always rely on the people in my community to be there for me, and they know that they can rely on me to be there for them. And yet when I come home to my street, when I come home to my house, we have our own private escape and the beautiful view of the woods that Migdal HaEmek offers from every corner. And it really gave us a balance of life that we couldn't find in a lot of other communities, and I love that.